Okay, so there's a common thing going around that I've noticed in the whole scene culture, and that's sexuality. So, I was watching a video about scene kids, and they were saying that over half the people that are into the whole scene culture are either gay or bisexual. And I tend to notice that most people that I'm friends with turned bisexual because of the whole fact that it's in the scene culture. But that's what really bothers me, is that people tend to take their sexuality for granted because of what they choose to be, whether they join a goth culture or the scene culture, emo, etc. But just so that everybody knows, you should not take your whole sexuality for granted. It's something that takes a lot of time to get to know, something that you get used to. But in the scene culture, you either are gay or you're bisexual, and it shouldn't have to matter that way. I've seen a lot of people who are straight that are in the scene culture, and it really has nothing to do, or has nothing to even have to go against, to even think that you should be bisexual or gay just to be seen. So what really bothers me the most is that if you are seen, you have to be bisexual, apparently. So it's something that really gets a person to think, oh, if I'm seen, I'm bisexual, or if I'm a guy, I'm gay now, or either that, or I like both guys and girls. So, yeah, it's something that it's one of those things that just sets in your mind, and you start to believe, well, if I'm going to join this culture, then this is what I'm sacrificing. And your sexuality is something that you should not have to sacrifice just to fit in or be a part of something. I was talking to a friend of mine, and she was saying, yeah, I've noticed that too. People are saying you have to either be bisexual or straight or gay just to even fit in with the whole culture. And, it's something that just we got to talk about and, really grasp into this whole thing, just dealing with everything that's going on with this. And it's becoming a trend in the whole culture. And just so that everybody knows, your sexuality should not be a trend. And everybody's all like, oh, it's just your sexuality. You're either gay, you're either straight, or you're bi, or you're lesbian. It's really retarded how people have to dig into that and realize, you have to be one or the other. And your sexuality should not have anything to determine whether or not you're seen, or anything else for that matter. I've noticed that it takes a lot of time to realize what you're going through. And it does. It takes so much time to realize whether or not you are bisexual, or you're gay, or you're a lesbian. I mean, I'm struggling with the same issue as a lot of people out there in the world. I mean, I'm bisexual. I understand what I like and what I don't, and yet it still is taking me time to realize whether or not I am actually bisexual. And if I'm bisexual, does that make me seen? No, it shouldn't have anything to do with that. And a lot of people think that I am seen, but just to clarify things, I am not. And I'm just a regular person struggling with sexuality issues, as a lot of people out there. And I've heard this whole expression, oh yeah, you should know your sexuality by the time you're at least 16. No, that's not true. It takes a lot of people. I've seen adults, which are about maybe 25 to 30 years old, still determining whether or not they're either gay or bi or lesbian. It takes a lot of time. And whether or not you realize this, it's something that's going to have an effect on your life no matter what. I have nothing against seeing people. I am friends with seeing people. I have many people who are bi. I have many friends that are lesbians, gays. It has no effect on me, because I understand that they're still struggling with the whole issue, whether or not they actually are, or if they're just saying that they are just to fit in with a crowd. And it's something that really makes me believe, you shouldn't have to decide, like right now, whether or not you have to be bisexual or you have to be straight or gay or lesbian. So next time a person tells you if you want to be seen or goth or emo, and they say, oh yeah, scene people, they're all bisexuals or they're gay, don't listen to that, because you know that whatever they're going through, if they are really gay, good for them, more power to them. But most people are faking their sexuality just to fit in with the whole culture. And if somebody tells you that you have to be that in order to fit in, then what's even worth fitting in for if you have to decide that? So, seeing sexuality, it's not even worth being seen if that's what you have to sacrifice. So, apparently, to conclude this, your sexuality is something to not be taken granted for. And secondly, your sexuality should not have to be affirmed. And that's the most important thing that you could ever learn in your life. And like me and everybody else in the world, or most people for that matter, we're all still discovering whether or not we like girls, boys, or both. So, seeing sexuality, it should not be affirmed at all. Okay, so if you've decided that you're either bisexual, gay, or a lesbian, and you've determined everything, you know for sure you like guys, girls, or both, then here's something you should do if you know for certain that you are. Well, first of all, I can't tell you whether or not how to decipher whether you are gay, bisexual, or a lesbian, but I can tell you ways you can get people off your back. Now, first of all, you should never let your guard down and tell other people, I'm gay because, I decided that through all the peer pressure you people put me through, I've decided that I'm going to be gay or I'm going to be a lesbian or bisexual just because of that matter. No, don't ever let anybody tell you that you should be something when you know that you are not sure about the fact that you are. So, for that matter, you should never let anybody tell you that or have others peer pressure into this. Like I said, this takes time. You have to know before you can actually decide. So, if others say, oh yeah, you should be bisexual because, everybody in the whole scene culture is doing it. Yeah, you should not listen to that. You just do what you do normally and go about everything. And if you like girls or guys, it does not make a difference. It does not, change anything. It's just the whole fact of, you just like guys, girls, or both. So don't let other people pressure you into deciding that. It should be something that is decided on your own time and something you should really take part in, just you and your thoughts, deciding over, picking through everything, what do I like about one sex that I don't in the other, So if you're having problems with that and people are telling you that you should be bisexual or gay or lesbian, then, don't let them tell you any different or let them decide for you. It's something you should decide for yourself. So don't let anybody ever pick out anything for you. It should just be decided on your own matter. And that's what's really important, especially if you're struggling through these same issues that I'm going through and many other people as well.